Nah, you know what? Let's just do it right now. Let's get this thing going. I can't leave you guys hanging like that. So we're just gonna plug this Hive OS in and see if we can get it up to boot up. Like I said, my BIOS was working, so that's perfect. We can get into there if we need to. From the BIOS, I just hit the off switch here because I couldn't figure out how to get out of the BIOS, so that's an easy fix for that. So now we're turning the power back on. We're gonna push the start button. If we boot up into the BIOS, we may need to go into our boot menu and set up to boot from our flash drive there. Although it may be smart enough to know that I want it to boot from the flash drive the first time, I have my doubts. That sound you hear in the background, guys, is just the miner. Hopefully it's not making too much noise. I've got the fans down to 50%, so they shouldn't be too loud. If we get anything interesting come up on the screen there, I'll be sure to show you. Right now, it looks like it's just taking its time figuring things out. Maybe it's just confused, it's not sure where to boot from. Because I didn't even see the BIOS screen flash. Looks like it's trying to do something, but I got nothing, a complete black screen here. As far as I know, it does take time sometimes to do some of these things, so I normally wait a little while. But to be honest, I'm pretty impatient when it comes to this stuff. I don't like waiting. But if I really didn't like waiting, I'd get a solid state drive, and that would completely solve that issue for me. I wouldn't need to worry about. Anyways, everything would be much quicker. This process, let's say, would be much quicker. I'm gonna hit the reset button here. See if I can see the BIOS. Hitting delete here to see if I can. There we go. Okay, get into the BIOS. For some reason, it wasn't going directly into the BIOS last time. It was, I guess, it wasn't sure what to boot from. It's possible the same thing happened last time when I tried to set this up. Essentially, the flash drive didn't take the image properly from Hive. I followed Son of a Tech's directions, and they were awesome directions. I got it all on there, but it seems like from my research, sometimes it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna try another, like Rufus or something like that, to get it onto the drive, like to get the image of the software. So essentially, we're using Hive OS, which is a Hive operating system, instead of Windows or Linux. Well, it's essentially like Linux. It runs on Linux, but it's just meant for mining. So anyways, we're going to, let's show you, let's get this camera going over there, because we don't need to see the rig anymore. So now that you can see what we're doing here, we got boot priorities. It looks like it was trying to boot from the flash drive. For some reason it's saying 8 gig. It's as if it's trying to boot, because this is a 32 gig flash drive. It's as if it's trying to boot from the the rest of the flash drive. I don't have a buzzer, so we won't worry about that. Anyways, all right. So it looks like the boot priority is the right one. Let's see if she boots this time. Sometimes it just takes more than one shot. Alright, we got ASRock popping up that time. Alright, there we go. We're getting something this time. Alright. So it looks like it's doing its thing, installing things. We'll let that go ahead, and we'll be back. And this is what we're getting, guys. So seems like we're running into the same sort of issue I was running before. Last time I got past this, but I remember seeing the same sort of unexpected inconsistency, run Flask manually, or run FSCK manually. So anyways, that's where we're at now. I'm going to have to troubleshoot this a little bit. Like I said, we ran into that issue. I'm going to have to do some research and try to figure out what the heck's going on with that. This was essentially an example of what you can do here. I'm just going to turn this off. What you can do to set up an entire rig. If you do want multiple riser or multiple GPUs, you just essentially need this riser here, and this plugs into the one by one slot or PCI by one slot, and essentially you just get multiple of these and run them away from your GPU or away from your motherboard. Alright guys, we're back. So it's been I don't know, 3-4 days actually since I ordered this. My DDR4 RAM that I needed since I started this video. I just hooked it all back up right quick to get going here. So for those of you who do not know, there's a difference between DDR3 and DDR4. I did know that, but I made the mistake of not paying attention when I got this board that this was DDR4, and I needed to pick up a new one. Luckily Amazon and Mike's, I'm going to do a shout out because they were so quick. Mike's Computer Shop over on Amazon, they were awesome. They got this to me like really quick, so super stoked on their shipping. So now we got our DDR4 RAM, some little HyperX sticker, and we should be good to go this time. So make sure we plug this in the right way. There we go. Today we got, so there's no actual HDMI slot on here guys. We're just going to plug it directly into our board here, or into our graphics card instead. This guy was running in the mining rig. I was playing around with it, trying to get it to run with the 970. That being said, this 1070 Ti and my 970 Superclock, they're both Superclock edition. They really don't like working together for some reason on Windows. I haven't tried them working together on Linux. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. I do have a mixed rig of 1060s and 1070 for the wins, but I think when you do the too many, 900 series and 1000 series, I think you start running into potential problems in stability. At least that's what I experienced. It could be other reasons, but I swapped out risers. I put the cards in directly. When both cards were in, I was having trouble reading one card or another. Anyways, there was a lot of headaches with it. So essentially, I'm just going to run one card in that rig and just use it for my editing and video creation. And then when I really want to game out and do a little bit of that, I'll probably mooch one of my better cards if I really want to have a little better performance. Because honestly, what's the point of having all these great cards if all you do is mine on them? Alright, so that's in. Alright, we're hooked up. Now we just need to throw our power on our card. Now, I just put this directly in the first slot there, the only slot that has the graphics, that can fit the graphics card, obviously. But you don't have to do that. You can use a riser. I'm just doing it like this for demonstration purposes. Alright, so we should be good to go. I'm going to flick this screen on here off the other miner because we got that running in the background as well. Now I'm not certain if I'm going to be able to load this. Last time I had some issues. We may need to either get another flash drive. Maybe this flash drive just won't do it. I mean, it is a 32 gig, but it doesn't seem to be working quite right. It works as a storage, so I would figure it would work fine for this, but anyways, I've been having trouble with it. So let's see if we can get it to boot this time. I actually haven't tried it with this board because we only had, well, we tried it with one test earlier. You saw that earlier when I stole the RAM out of my gaming PC and put it in, but we haven't really done any extensive testing yet. Alright, we mooched a mouse and keyboard here. Let's see if we can get anything to boot up here. So guys, I'm just going to have to figure this out a little bit and play with it now that I finally have some RAM to play with, and I'll get back to you when I figure some of this Alright, hey guys. So, we're back again. It's a couple days after all of the messing around with my rig here. I ended up just throwing my flash drive from Ubuntu back on there because I had that running stable. That's something I will mention if you're ever doing any operating system adjustments or changes or whatever. Get yourself another flash drive. For the cost of the flash drive and for the headaches you'll solve by having your operating system that was working on a extra flash drive, you're gonna save yourself so many headaches. I had it already on one of these. I swapped this out, started playing around with Hive OS, realized I was running into a lot of difficulties with the setup of the wallet and whatnot because of the wallet that I chose or because of the miner and the wallet I chose combined with the pool. I'll show you all that in a second. But essentially, I got them all running here, as you can see. All 5 cards on the board. Now it's just to try to get the Hive OS working. So I'm going to show you all of the issues that I ran into with Hive OS. From what I can tell, most of my issues are because on the formatting side of things or on the setup are regarding my actual wallet and making sure that it's set up with the right pool and everything like that. For some reason, I'm having trouble with their templates to get everything punched in correctly. Just a quick note, guys, if you're ever using, it doesn't have to be this brand, but you know, let's say a cheaper stick, and you're getting those errors that I showed you earlier, I'll pop them up here on the screen. If you're getting anything like this, just try a different stick, because I spent hours trying to format this stick, get it formatted, upload the image onto the flash drive. Anyways, I was running into all sorts of different issues and they were almost never the same. So I'm pretty sure this thing was having a hard time taking the image, and it was taking a really long time to either format or take the image. So it was starting to make me think that this was my actual issue. When I switched back to my other type of disk, this guy's a black web. It's only 16 gigs. I wanted to use a 32 gig just to have a little extra space for other miners and things like that. But anyways, this one doesn't seem to be reading and writing fast enough, or it's just not taking the image properly. So this one, the image went on it right away. If you have any trouble with loading of the image when you're using one of the image loaders, either Rufus or the one that comes with Hive OS, just try another flash drive. Don't keep messing around with it. You're just wasting your time. Alright guys, another quick point I wanted to make was when you're running Hive OS, it matters where you plug in your graphics card. So normally I'm supposed to have the graphics card plugged into the first slot here, the gray one. I plugged it in down here just because I was swapping the cards out so much and I had forgotten which one was my main one. But anyways, the card runs fine down here. For better performance, according to my user manual of my motherboard, it should be plugged in up there. But anyways, I'll show you what happens when you try to plug in your board to the other slot and you try to load Hive OS. You just get a black screen. So you want to make sure that this card is up there. So I'm just going to show you what happens right quick up on the screen, and then we'll move the card from here to there. Select your disk you're using, the flash drive you're using. So then we get this kind of thing, and then we get the loading screen here. See, this is the part that I wasn't getting before, so now we're getting to that part, the okay stuff. And then we get a black screen. So this is what happens with the card plugged in down there. It's not going to do a whole lot else. If I push Alt Control F3, I get my system name that I named my my system. For some reason, the login and stuff doesn't seem to work. All right, we're back. We'll move the card to the right spot there. All right. Boot menu. So yeah, we get a black screen this time, but then this pops up. So you get all of your information there, and we're good to go. Now we just need to punch in our name of our miner, or our miner code, the number there that goes beside the miner, and the password. So I'm gonna do that. Alright, so we're in here. I went up to file at the top here, new tab, and then I'm gonna type miner to see the miner on the screen. As you can see here, I'm not mining anything. We're getting a error, and I think I still don't have the pool set up right. I even switched to a pool that was in their list of configurations, so I'm clearly doing something wrong. So I'm gonna play with it a little more, and then we'll see if we can get it going for you. Alright guys, so I've just messed with Hive Miner for another few hours. I'm sick of it, honestly. My opinion is, I mean, obviously it's probably something I'm doing wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, Hive Miner isn't very good. You can't have a configuration that confusing where it takes you hours to set up because you have different wallet templates, and you can't use one transferable to the other even if it's on the same pool, because there's certain things that won't be the same from one pool or one coin or one miner to another. It's just it's really fumbly, and it's not, well, in my opinion, it's not super well designed. If I have to spend this many hours to try to figure it out, I've tried 4 different coins and I still haven't gotten it. It's either EWF miner reads, the miner reads, and I get a sanctum error saying my GPU needs to cool down or something like that, and I'm pretty sure I just have something wrong with my setup, or I get errors on a couple of different miners where the program doesn't even know how to read the miner. So I don't think that part is my issue. I don't think it's anything that I can control. It's something on Hive OS's back end as far as I'm concerned, because it shouldn't say the program shouldn't say I don't understand how to read the miner. That's a bit stupid in my mind. So anyways, I'm going back to Linux because that's working, and Hive OS is nothing but trouble right now. I spent days trying to figure this out, so it's not worth my time. So hopefully they get their issues figured out, maybe a few other templates on their website that actually make sense and aren't contradicting each other. And that's just me. So yeah, hit me up down below if you got any tips or things that could maybe help me out with this, but I'm pretty much done. I've spent hours freaking playing around with it, configuring it and whatnot, and it doesn't seem to matter what stuff I input as far as templates and stuff. It's just no. I don't feel like working. I'm actually quite frustrated. It's been days of messing around with this, and I haven't gotten really anywhere. I've, made 2 steps forward, 10 steps backward kind of thing. And so yeah, I'm completely done with it until they start playing around with their program a little bit more and get rid of some of the bugs, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a really buggy platform right now. I don't know how, but unknown miner. Alright, so it looks like I got the Claymore dual miner to work, even though that's not the miner I want to run. All I did was run the exact profile, and I didn't even change address or anything, so we're going to try changing addresses now that I've gotten it to work. I'm pretty stubborn, as you can see. I just keep going until I try to figure something out, even if it takes days. Even after I said I wasn't going to continue, I decided to try one more thing, and now it seems to be working, so we'll see. Alright guys, I just want to show you what I'm doing here. I edited rig. I'm using the exact template that they showed for Mining Pool Hub here, just to do some testing here. I'm realizing it's not my problem based on that, so Mining Pool Hub for all. This is essentially the template that they have. So exactly the way it was. We're going to try Claymore dual miner first. I'm not changing any of the wallet address, nothing here, just to see if their templates work, because I realized that their templates are messed up. Make sure that this is on dual miner. Alright, so now the rig should start up, and we're going to go over there. Alright, so here we are. I'm typing miner, and she comes up. So the dual miner seems to come up right away with the template. No issues at all. Alright, now let's change it to the next miner. Zcash AMD. Oh wait, no, I don't have AMD. We're not going to do that one. Next NVIDIA miner. Wallets. NVIDIA, where are you? No, it would be EWF. So again, everything's the exact same as the template. Okay. Double check that one's on EWF. And here we go. So this is what's happening. This has been happening to me for days. I've been messing around with settings, but it seems like it's just their templates are not working whatsoever, because even their basic template won't connect. Alright, let's check out the CC miner here. Okay. And CC miner is an unknown miner according to Hive OS. Sorry for the cruddy quality, guys. ETH miner. But I just really wanted to show you this. I don't have screen cap on the go here because this has been causing me nothing but headaches, and the Hive team seems to act like, oh, it's so simple to set up these pools and stuff, and you just gotta input your server, or like make sure your syntax is right and everything. Well, I've definitely made sure my syntax is right. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. It's the fact that these templates are crap. Now again, obviously I could be doing something completely wrong, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. And unknown ETH miner. Well, we're getting somewhere here, guys. We're learning that Hive OS is not set up well with their templates at all. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a complete noob and don't know how to deal with those templates, but to me, they're very frustrating. Alright, we tried ETH miner. Let's go down to DSTM. I know this one doesn't work, because I was trying this one for hours last night. Unknown miner, DSTM. Alright, well, we're going through the list pretty quick, guys. DSTM, we've got almost every miner on here that didn't work. As far, at least not with their templates that they're stating work so well and are so simple to set up. Which miner did I choose there? Never seen some of these miners. B miner. Okay, B miner doesn't have a mining pool hub, so we won't do B miner. And last but not least, XMR. And unknown miner. Guys, you gotta love how many miners are not. So 4 out of, I think, 6 miners that I tried are not known by this program for some reason, by this operating system. So I don't know what's going on with Hive OS, but I'm officially not using it until they figure out some of these issues. This is non-stop headaches for me. So as you can see, I'm a little bit stubborn. I like to try to figure things out. Looks like it's not gonna work. I've tried the templates straight out of the box, no changes, not even changing my wallet address just to see if they would come in, and more than half the worker programs are not coming up, as if the worker programs aren't installed or something. So I don't know, maybe I did something wrong with the imaging of the Hive OS, but essentially it's not worth all the trouble I'm going through to figure it out. The only reason why I wanted it is to have a little bit more remote capability without having to download any virtual machines or anything like that. And I did like, being able to hit that restart or reboot. But it's not worth all of this hassle. Being able to see this remotely has been nothing but trouble. I've gotten one out of all of the miners to work, and that's the dual miner, which from what I hear isn't very profitable anymore, because the dual mining of a lot of the coins are just, they're not losing. I don't know if they're losing interest or what's going on, but dual mining isn't quite the same as it used to be. So I'm not really interested in the dual miner. So unless I want to mine like Ethereum, essentially that's the only thing I can mine on Hive OS right now, because all the other miners aren't working for me. So guys, please feel free to hit me up down below if you like this, or if you found this useful at all. Maybe it's made you decide not to use Hive OS, or maybe there's something that I'm doing wrong that you know how to fix. Please let me know down below. I'd definitely appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Keep on mining.